This is what most people type into an AI UGC tool. This is what actually makes an ad that looks real and converts. The gap between these two isn't a tool. It isn't the model. It's the fact that one of them is a prompt and one of them is a brief. And almost nobody making AI UGC at the moment understands this key difference. My name is Marley and I run Clearflow. We're an AI UGC agency helping e-commerce brands scale their meta output by creating AI UGC content like what you're seeing on the screen. If there's one single thing that changes a brand's AI UGC output, then it's this. Not a better tool, a better brief. Here's the problem with most prompting. Female model in her 30s, holding our skincare product, talking about how much she loves it. That's literally the prompts that some people use for their AI UGC content. And this prompt is perfectly fine if you want shit outputs. It tells the model what's in the scene. It doesn't tell the model what to actually do with the scene. A brief answers 5 questions before any generation happens. If you miss out on any one of them, then you're leaving things on the table. So let's get straight into those 5 elements. First, you've got your product. Your product needs to be locked within your prompting to ensure complete consistency across the scene. First is your product. If your product is not locked within your prompt, then you're not gonna have any sort of consistency across the board. And if it drifts between generations, not only will you notice, but your customers will notice faster. Second is your creator. Not just a vibe of who they are or what they kind of look like. It needs to be a specific human profile. Their age, their energy, the relationship to the product, how they look. Everything needs to be locked in the same way that you would lock in the product. Third, you need to build out your hook mechanics. How exactly through scripting or visual hooking are you going to get the reader to be interested in the video ad that you're giving them? Are you gonna make a bold claim, start a curiosity gap? These things obviously go into your scripting process as well. But with video generation, they need to be in there too. Because if an AI model doesn't understand how to visually represent your hooks, then you're gonna be losing. Fourth, you've got emotional tone. You need to identify specifically how your model is gonna come across emotionally within the video or the scene. If there's any drifting between scenes, it comes off as inauthentic. And if there's no emotional signature, then it's harder for a viewer to connect. The 5th and final element is your word count and your pacing. Depending on what video model you choose, they all speak at different word per minute rates. So you need to really identify how you want to pace out your video to again, make sure it doesn't come across as untrustworthy. Because if your model is starting to talk really fast and really slow, then really fast again, and alongside that your visuals don't look really great, then it's gonna be really hard to sell with AI UGC. The thing is, a lot of people haven't caught up visually, but as long as you can keep up with these sort of things, you have a way better chance at selling with your AI content, even if it visually doesn't look as great. Those 5 things that I've just given you are some of the highest leverage things to dial in for your AI UGC processes. Because if you're not able to lock in your product, your creator, your hook mechanics, your emotional tone, and your word count and pacing, then your videos are gonna come across as slop. And that's the thing, a lot of AI UGC at the moment is slop. So putting time into actually really defining these when you're prompting is gonna be super beneficial. Most people just skip straight to basic prompting because it's easier and it's faster. And then they feel like the tool is the bottleneck, but the bottleneck is always upstream. If you've been running AI UGC and it feels inconsistent, then these 5 things are usually why. Once you dial this in, it can really up your game. And look, you can build this discipline yourself. You can start with the 5 elements that I've just walked through every single time, even if it feels a bit unnecessary. Or if you're an e-commerce founder that doesn't have the time to learn these new skills and you just want to scale, then that's literally what we help you do at Clearflow. We handle the entire creative pipeline. We spent the last 6 months developing our systems and thousands of dollars trying these AI models, learning exactly what works and what doesn't. That way you don't have to go through the trials and tribulations and you get a proven system. You literally can hop on an onboarding call with us and get a month's worth of ads ready to go through your Meta Ads account to test. It literally doesn't get any easier. So look, if that sounds like you, what I want you to do is click on the link at the top of our description, clearflow.com. There we have a 5-minute video where I personally explain how we do what we do and our processes, because no one makes AI UGC like we do. And for the rest of you, this video gives you a really good basis to learn from. The thing is, you need to move from the mindset of prompts to briefs, because once you start briefing these AI tools, they get 10 times better. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next video.